Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Defensive flag. Check 55. Come on.
Murray now on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It got his man complete. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Dolphins
7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Come on, set. Stand read. Like 50. Army.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check.
looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 34-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Breida on the draw. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. Orbit, double up.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Christian Wilkins. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Murray with a 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll start on the ground with Breida. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Say it. Check up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Returnable for Grant. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Watch it,
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Running out of the gun here, Breida able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run for it with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Kill.
Throwing on second down, Murray. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? He'll drop to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On the draw, this is Love. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down and 4, Murray.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Steps away to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is Breida. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on second and inches. Second down and inches. It's Williams on the catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Let's go.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. That's fielded in the end zone. Wiggles free. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On third down, a run from Breida. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it to Williams. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Preston Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders on for the extra point.
extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Murray going to throw. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Washington. 45 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line.
Murray fighting. Lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Grant. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, an even 90 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap.
And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on second down. Murray. And an alley to run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Here's Murray. Forced it. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Give them 2 yards. That sets them up first and goal. On the ground, it's Wilson. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Dolphins take over first and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And while what's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
Second and 4. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Redskins.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Check.
It's a gain of 7.
Throwing again on second down. Murray being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They run with Breida, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Breida. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 20, 10, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Dolphins, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team.
frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like,